Hello everybody, welcome back to another Immortal Jellyfish video. Today we're doing something that some of you may be happy to see and some of you may not be so happy to see. With that said, we're updating the old Dusty tier list today with Lassie and Grim Reaper, along with adjusting some of the tiers of other kits due to the changes in the game, or just better knowledge of the kit personally for me, or maybe perhaps also how much people have learned to counter said kits, like Elder Tree for example. On that note though, let's jump into the rankings on these kits. Alright, so hopping in these rankings here, we're going to start off with Melody. Now Melody is free this week and I've seen a lot of Melodies, so this gives me a little more experience with seeing how Melodies play, and I still feel like without being able to heal themselves in any way, and only really being super decent for healing an offense or a defensive push, yeah, I think it's still C tier. Like, it's nothing too wild there, you know. It's kind of a middle class. Like, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. They're nothing too crazy though, and you have to pay 20 iron for your guitar, which isn't too bad. So next up though, we're gonna move into Builder. Now Builder's gonna see a big change for me here, and since fireballs were introduced and TNTs are way more spammable and stuff, even though they were spammable before, I feel like with fireballs and stuff, it's just gotten worse. I feel like bunkering your base is harder than ever right now. And so for that, we're going to drop Builder down to D tier, because I just don't feel like bunkering your base is that great anymore. Originally, this kit was in B tier, which may have been a high ranking for it anyways. Probably should have been a C tier. But now, yeah, it's a solid D tier for me. It's not a great kit. Next up, we're going to do into Elder Tree. Now, Elder Tree was an S tier in my last list, but he's obviously going to have to fall down. Most people, like, this kid hasn't received any real nerfs. They made it where he doesn't start with 104 health, which, you know, that is actually pretty good if you think about it, because it'll allow you to take an extra hit in an early game skirmish. But outside that nerf, I'm not really ranking him down for that because it's not too big of a deal. The biggest nerf to this guy is just people's knowledge of it. People have learned that this thing is huge, super easy to bow down, and yeah, with that said, with fireballs and bows, Elder Trees really aren't that dangerous. Like, they can't really close the distance on you when you're just bow spamming them. So for that, we're dropping Elder Tree, which was an S tier, down to a B tier. Still a very solid kit, but gets hard countered by archer kits and just bows in general, even if you're not an archer. Next up, we're going to move into Pirate Davey. Pirate Davey has yet to see any changes with his cannons, so yeah, this is still a dead kit. I want him to be good. I want to see some changes, but with fireballs now being a good TNT, TNT super spammable, you can just run in and drop it, or you can still balloon TNT. The kit just feels worthless with the cannons, so I don't even know why this kit's in the game still. Like, it needs fixed bad. So yeah, Pirate Davey, man, I gotta hit you with that F tier. You're just a terrible kit. But yeah, that's gonna move us into Farmer. Now, some people are going to argue that this is an S tier kit because of its late game potential of being solid emerald with balloons and every other emerald thing you could think of, because they can farm a ton. But yeah, look at this picture. Yeah, I destroyed all these farms. I rushed the farmer and I destroyed all of his farms. And this is why I will not give Farmer S tier. He does not hold up against classes like Reaper, Barbarian, Elder Tree rushing in the earlier game. Now, yes, if he can defend, he gets a crazy loadout and he will be probably the end game winner, just due to be able to farm. But because he has that major weakness in all the early game and you're basically counting on a 15-minute game plus, he's gonna be B tier for me again. Yeah, I mean, he's still good, but he's just not top winning everything. Next up, we're gonna go into Archer here, and I believe I had Archer in a B tier, but now that he's being more popularly used because he does more damage with projectiles, and it's really good for shutting down all the Elder Trees, he's gonna get bumped up, and we're gonna be putting Archer into A tier because bows are still good, and the extra bow damage, you know, just having a flat bonus damage to your projectiles is pretty good. So yeah, he's moving up to A tier. Next up, we got Shielder, and Shielder was an A tier or B tier for me last, I can't 100% remember. But he's gonna fall down a few positions. I know Archer's growing more popularity again, and so yeah, Shielder's there. But I feel like there's better options now. You know, with all the other kits being introduced, and when you really look at it at a wide view of every kit you can play, I've even noticed I don't play Inferno Shielder anymore. Like, I'd rather play Reaper, Elder Tree, Archer, Barbarian. So I don't really play this kit. So we're going to drop this down to a C tier. The shield is still really solid for stopping arrow spam. So if you still hate that and you want a safe bridging class kit, this is it for you. But yeah, he's going to drop down to a C tier. He's not that great anymore, in my opinion. I mean, he's still good, but not great. Next up, we're going to drop Baker down some tiers here. I had him higher up, but the more I've seen him and the more I've played against him, yeah, they can eat apples and stuff and pies or whatever to move faster and heal a little bit. But I feel like it's a boring kit. It's actually pretty lame. It doesn't help you a ton. I mean, it helps some, but it's not like crazy good. And so yeah, we're gonna drop this one down alongside its builder partner here into the D tier. So yeah, down to the D tier with the Baker. And then that's going to lead us into our Barbarian, which is, we're going to move him up again. You know, we've been slowly moving him up. And if you've seen my video of day one of trying to understand the Barbarian hype, you know I've been playing it for a decent bit now. I've been doing it in solos, duos, squads. I haven't taken it into the Battle Royale game mode yet, but I've been testing it and really playing with it. I'm really trying to, like, understand this kit and why everybody loves it. I still don't think it's an S tier kit, but it is a pretty solid kit as long as you don't die. The way I look at it now is it's like a high risk, high reward. Like, if you cannot die and you can live the entire game, you're more than likely going to end up with a Rage Blade, which gives you a strongest sword in the game. But the negative effect is you have to live the entire game not wanting to die and being safe. In other words, you could end up stuck with a wood sword the entire game if you're consistently shut down. That said, though, overall, I've been somewhat enjoying Barbarian more than I used to. Not a crazy bunch, but, you know, a little bit more than I used to. So we're going to move him up to B tier for now. I think that's a good solid place for him. If anything, maybe even C tier. B, C tier is where he's at for me right now. Nothing higher, nothing lower than that. And then next up, we're going to move into Lassie. Now, as we're talking about Lassie here, some people think this kit is like super good, but for me personally, I don't think it's super good. Like, yeah, the lasso's nice to pull people off islands, but the range is so short. Like, even when you aim it all the way max range, it actually doesn't even go that far. Like, it'll just despawn midair, so it actually has a very garbage range. And like, yeah, it's a pull, but it does 5 damage. So it's just a real niche situation of like, hey, I need to get you at the edge of an island or the edge of a bridge to yoink you off. And then on top of it, there's still balloons in the game. So like, as soon as people have balloons, like, this entire kit is just pointless. So yeah, I mean, it's nothing crazy. There's nothing too much going on here with this kit. I mean, it's not as bad as Davey. I mean, it's not completely pointless, but it doesn't serve any real great purpose. I mean, I'm going to put it in E tier, but maybe it could go D tier, but I don't see it going any higher than that. It doesn't do anything crazy for me. So yeah, that's where it's going to go. The Grim Reaper, the newest class for this week. And the Grim Reaper for me, it's very solid, you know. I have plenty of games where I've went in and killed 2 to 4 people on an enemy team. I get called a hacker consistently on this kit because it's pretty dang good. I wouldn't say it's S tier though. Like, it's not S tier material. Like, it's good, but you don't have any buff until you actually kill somebody. And with that said, it can be a little bit of gatekeeping with your armor, your sword, and your upgrades. Like, this kit, I sit around a lot for iron because I know I want to like outgear my enemies. I hunt a lot of diamonds to get that generator going, so I'm ahead of my enemies. And then I rush a sword and armor, and then you steamroll with this class. If you don't get that done, or you don't get emeralds to get other stuff to continue upgrading, eventually they catch up to you, and it's a lot harder to fight with this kit. But when this kit can steamroll, it's super good. You just got to make sure you're farming the right currencies at the right time to be getting ahead in armor and sword on people, and then you're a PvP god with this kit. And so for that, I've been really enjoying Grim Reaper. It's still new, so it may drop, it may go up in a future tier list. But for now, I'm happy, and I'm pretty confident with putting him in the A tier kit. I think you don't really lose anything like Barbarian. You're not getting any riskiness by picking this kit. You're simply just giving yourself a bonus for if you kill somebody in like a fight, that you have some sort of healing, movement speed, and invincibility frames. And the biggest thing about this kit that is super strong, and the biggest reason I'm putting it in A tier instead of B tier, is when you're in that ghost form, you can still break people's beds. And because of that, I'm sorry, that is disgusting. You go in, you kill somebody, you pull out that axe, you break one wool block, you break their bed, you pop out of visibility, and you get back in the fight. It's actually disgusting. And yeah, so Grim Reaper A tier. On that note though, that should be all the kits, and I will round this into the ending thoughts of this video outro thing. Yeah, I'll see you guys there. Alright, calm down. I know what you're thinking. Jelly, you didn't make anything S tier. How is that possible? And I'll tell you why. Because in this current week that Reaper came out, I feel like enough people learned to counter Elder Tree that he's not an S tier. I feel like everything has enough counters. I feel like there's enough information on everything, and I don't feel like Reaper's an overpowered kit this week on its new week. So I just really don't feel like anything's S tier. I feel like overall there's no kit that's like S tier, just outstanding above the rest right now. I feel like, as my general knowledge of the game right now, that like I could counter just about any kit that I wanted to. So yeah, I don't really feel like anything's S tier right now. And I hope you guys understand that, because I just don't think anything's like just destroying everything else in every game. So nothing's really S tier to me right now. That said, A and B tier, a lot of those could be swapped one tier. Honestly, any tier could be swapped up one or down one. So if you disagree with what I thought, I mean, and you fluctuated a bit by moving them up one or down one, I mean, maybe we'll have something a little bit closer in results of our own personal opinions. Now, and that's another thing, just remember, this is all personal opinions. I'm not no like professional guru of of the Bed Wars. You know, I do play a lot, but I don't know every little thing. I mean, I play, but you know, this is mainly just my opinion. There's no real like math or science going on back here for this video. But on that note, I'm gonna stop rambling to you guys, and I'm gonna let you get on with your day. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys like this update to the tier list, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.